cracking, mi gente? You guys already know this, your boy D once again, coming ready to drop some love and a little bit of knowledge. As you guys know, the channel has got his name changed due to having people having difficulties on finding my channel every time I would tell them Swag Junior. So we decided to upgrade the channel, basically trying to make it a little better, more easier for people to find, and just trying to give a different outlook. So Swag is still my name, D, whatever you guys want to call it. Upstate Rebel is now the new channel's name. And the name Upstate Rebels came from after asking all you guys, all the subs, everybody that jumps in the life, you guys' opinions. And you guys basically chose that name. Upstate Rebel was the one that won in the voting when I did the poll. So I went with what you guys liked and wanted. Like I always told you, this is you guys' channel. I'm always for the people, willing and ready to listen to opinion and input, whatever that you wanted to call it, and you whatever you want to do. Well, you guys already know. Today, I'm gonna do something that I haven't really done on my channel. I'm gonna be doing a reaction to the homie EBK's family video, but also doing a reaction to the post he was reacting to. So basically, there's a post out there that an individual that calls himself Upstate Norteño put this post that you guys are seeing right here. And this post basically is saying, in other words, that the homies from upstate, the Sureño homies from upstate, align themselves and they kick and they do whatever they do with dropout gang members because we don't have no allies with nobody else. And then he went on to say that that was the reason why in the penitentiary system, homies are get put on the front, they're on the front line and they always get sent to Dojales. So I'm gonna be reacting to that post as well as the video that the homie EBK family made, and he made it based on his opinion regarding that post, which he didn't believe, and I respect that he wasn't biased. I'm not trying to be biased in here either, but there is a comment that somebody left on his video once he made the video. This comment right here. A subscriber of his asking him, can we get an upstate point of view? Or can we get a homie from upstate to give his opinion on how they feel about it? So I'm gonna be doing that reaction and also answering the homies question, about what's the point of what's the homies upstate feel like and what their point of view is. Now, this individual that did this post, for my knowledge of what I gathered, the information that I was given, he's a dropout himself. He's an ex-Northerner dropout. He's not even active. So for him to be putting stuff about Sureños aligning themselves with basuras or dropouts, it's not quite accurate. From my experience, I'm gonna speak from my experience when I used to be up here gangbanging. There was no such a thing as homies, sureños, hanging out or doing any type of association with dropouts or ex-gang members. If it was known that you checked in the prison and the county or whatever, and you DO, that was it. You couldn't come back to the neighborhood. You couldn't come. You were not welcome there. Charlie, that's it. You gotta go. Now, if people are thinking that homies are aligned with specifically a group, because he mentioned a specific group of the SNY gangs, the writers, I guess the writers or Northerner writers, or whatever they are now called, and I don't mean this, I know respect, I'm not well informed with them. the little that I know of them is that they beef or they have animosity towards Northerners, active Northerners. So by his comment, he's basically saying that nobody's aligned with the homie from upstate, and says we are losing the world, the battle to norteños. We have to align ourselves with northern riders, other groups that hate norteños, in order for us to have an equal fight or to not lose the war. Because on his mind and on his way of thinking, and he had mentioned it before, saying that the homies don't come out, don't be outside like that, they're just backyard warriors, they're never on the streets. And now he's coming out and saying that we align ourselves, or the Sureños align themselves with SNY gang members because they also hate Northerners, and that's the only way we come out and handle business. That is far-fetched from the truth. You can go to any barrio, upstate neighborhood, and see if you will find out a dropout kicking it with them. And when I mention dropouts, I don't mean no disrespect or nothing. Or you're not gonna find any NR that's gonna be kicking with the homie once, because most of the NRs or the Northern Riders or Riders have Northerner tattoos. So how well is it gonna look for a homie to be kicking it with a Northern Rider when he got Northerner or XIB or Norte tattoo on them? How would that look? That wouldn't even make no sense, because in the eyes of the homie, if he haven't been to prison, he's gonna look like that's just another Northerner. So it don't make no sense for him to say that now homies, since they can find allies, they're allying themselves with ex-Northerner gang members, now turn SNY gang members, dropout gang members. They are hating the Northerners. But yet himself is a dropout, from what I had gathered. I came home on good standings. Of course, I'm not in the streets pushing a hard line, pushing the hood anymore. That doesn't mean that I'm not entitled to my opinion, or what would have happened if I was still out there in the streets. I know for a fact that not even the homies from MS would take an ex-Northerner that checked in to kick it with us or to do business with them. Not even the homies from MS would do that. Not even the homeboys. Because on their eyes, he said, once you checked in, you're done. You hang up your gloves, go on about your life, you do what you do. That does not make sense at all. I know homies that's still pushing. Homies from the lower mission, they're still active. And I talked to them. I was supposed to react to this video and this comment yesterday, but I had to dig in. I had to do my little homework. So I called a couple homies, they're still pushing. And I asked them, will you guys take these individuals? No. So to the subscriber, they asked Conejo this question. Let's get it upstate point of view. The homies that I spoke with told me, Chales, that doesn't go. Even if it's an older homeboy for our barrio, they say, and he checked in, he's still not allowed to come back to kick it with us. Not at all. He's done. He hang up his gloves. He's over with. And I can point out a good example, because I asked him about J Baby, the Northern Rider that used to be from 16th Street, the one that got his brothers, the one that he was twins with one of them, and then his older brother that I dearly knew from a good long time. Goofy passed away, and supposedly he turned rider because he checked in, supposedly because the homies pushed up on him that he needed to cut his dreads. It wasn't that. It was a little bigger than that. He didn't check in just because they wanted to force a regret. There was a lot of things coming the way, and he decided to check in. I will make a different video regarding that character, J Baby, and why, and the information I gathered, why he checked in. But even him coming home after everything that had transpired, after all the work he had put in, the homies was still saying he still couldn't be welcomed back home. He still wouldn't be a no-no, even though we don't care who his family is, because his family is well connected. But that would still be a no-no. So that tell you, homies for not stay, they wouldn't take on DOs, especially not ex-Northerners, because the animosity still be there. How would they look like them kicking or doing business with them? I know it wouldn't happen. Now, Conejo brought a lot of points that I want to indulge in a few of them. Yeah, there are people that are doing business with these individuals in prison and outside. And the enemy have been caught doing business with 2-5ers. The enemy have been caught doing business with riders. Sometimes it's because they either have the same plug in the yard. The one person goes to one yard and then they go to the second yard, and then they know they're doing business. As long as their money's coming in, they don't care who that person is dealing with, the old first off food or whatever. They just want their product. And I have heard, and I have been given some transcripts. I'm gonna point them out later on, be another video, where Pilis, Señores, M members have actually called dudes that are in the SYR. They're from a different hood. They got something going on in the streets. And then doing business together in the streets and inside. They call these dudes, they have conversation. And then I was told by somebody that was in a cell with somebody that they were having conversations, and dude was like, I'm talking to them dudes in the yard. I'm doing business with them in the streets. They were asking for some good fire dope and they didn't have it. And one of my homeboys knew I stayed with it when I was on the other side. They reached out to my people, and then my people gave me the message. So I thought I was gonna get burned. They said, but nah, they're doing business. We've been doing business for like probably 6 months. So there's been that thing right there. But they won't admit it. The ME members won't admit it that they're doing business with them. They will admit that they rather do it with Northerners, that they're not all raza, we all love each other. But they would never admit that they're doing business with DOs, even with SNY dudes. It might not even be gang members SNY dudes, but the people that just doing their time. Cornejo pointed that out, that there's people that can do that. As far as homies for now stay, which is where my opinion, my experience come from, I know that wouldn't be a big no-no. You wouldn't find homies for any neighborhood around here clicked up or aligned themselves with dropouts, gang members. And not because they demon basura or they demon pieces of shit, because not all of them are. Not all of them are. Some of them got political pencil whoop and they went in, check in. But on the eyes of the homies, you checked in. So you can come here, even whether they know your situations. Some homie might give you a pass and just let you slide. If they see you, they're walking by, they might let you slide through. But like, to actually sit there and kick it with you guys, and kick it with them and have a conversation, do business with them, not happening. Not happening. Whether he was the biggest dude, the most respected gang member who's time from his neighbor, still, that would not give him anything pass. They would still get on him. That's what I was told. For the people that are out there on those trenches right now. And from my experience dealing with situations like that, there was a couple homeboys, the parole from prison, and they thought we didn't know, but one of them had checked in. So he trying to come to the neighborhood, and we pulled his car. We got on him, we smashed on him, we ran him out because he was a DO. So not even MS that doesn't like to follow the EMA rules and doesn't follow the EMA rules in the streets, not even them will stand up for those things. So for this individual to go online, posting and still talk about saying that the homies are aligned with NRs or SNY gang members to just get on norteños, his idea, his way of thinking is biased. Because he's talking about sureños only align themselves. I don't know about norteños. I wouldn't never think so, that they align themselves with the old, especially northern riders, because they don't like each other. They hate each other. Or at least the NRs don't like the northerners, and the northerners don't like the NR. So it wouldn't make no sense for them to try to have some common ground. Or at least that's what I would think. By knowing how them northerners program and how they get down is, with all due respect, I don't even think they will allow that. So imagine sureños allowing dudes that got 14 welga bears norte written on their chest to come and kick with the homies just because they want to get numbers. That does not make no sense at all, my G. And you just trying to, you have an agenda you trying to push. You're trying to push an agenda similar, basically saying the sureños need help to battle the northerners on the streets. You basically saying that the homies doesn't have the courage or the huevos to go out there and confront a norteño who's on that he needs help. And you pushing that agenda, the sureños are soft. They're straight soft. And they don't be out there like that with the business. That's the agenda you're pushing, my G. And that's bias. If you are a real northerner, a real norteño wouldn't be speaking on stuff like that. Now on the internet we're doing posts like that or they're being disrespectful. And yeah, regarding the penitentiary system, yeah, a lot of upstate homies always go on the front line. But it's not because it's Mando. It's just something that we expect with amongst our own. It's expected amongst our own. We're from upstate California. We got the upstate sureño. Let's put it in. Let's get the demo down. Just like MS. I can speak for MS. Every time we go to prison, they always choose MS to do the jales. That doesn't mean that we basura. Nah, but MS always been a torpedo. And they get used by these individuals that are in power. Sureños always been, upstate Sureños always been frontliner. They've always been the first ones. Whether either was because of the animosity we feel towards norteños, or whether it was by purpose that people got sent first before they send their own. Because there's always selective politicking in prison. There's always favoritism. Selective politicking always coming first. Like if the dude from San Diego has the car, he's not gonna waste his homeboys. He's gonna send whoever he don't like or whoever he thinks needs to earn or whoever wants to go or needs to go. And after their homies are always got their hands raised up because they always identify as sureños. For people that don't know, Southsiders, sur, and sureños are 3 terminologies that we use in prison when we do NRC's roll calls. And each one of them has a meaning. Right? If you're a resident, you put your resident. If you're a homie, it depends on what your qualifications are. So it got different meaning. A lot of the homies from upstate, without knowing, they always put sureño. And then they come to find out the hard way. But we are in the front line not because the homies from LA doesn't like us or they minimize us. Nah. Yeah, you have some homies from LA that don't like homies from upstate. You do have some homies from LA that does it down south that doesn't like homies from upstate and want to get rid of them. Yeah, there's always a little bit of everything in yours. But that doesn't mean they want to get rid of us because they think we're soft. Nah, sometimes the homies, they volunteer automatically. Like, hey, G, check it out. And the next one, put me on. Whether you don't like the yard you landed or you just don't like being stuck there And there's like when I was in Santanella, after whole 6 months and the summer, having to be there for the half of the summer, I didn't want to be there anymore. It was too hot for my taste, and it was just too rowdy. So I caught one, thinking I was gonna catch the train. They just dumped me in another yard. It happened, but homies from LA are not using the sureños, upstate sureños, because they think they're aligned themselves with basura. That's not what's happening. In the penitentiary system, 9 times out of 10, the homies from upstate always are ready. They're always ready to put the demo down. And some of them like doing that. And the ones that kick back, they have the reason for it. But it's not because the homies deem us soft, it's not because they don't like us. Nah. Yeah, there's always gonna be favoritisms and selective politicking and all the type of stuff. But it does not have anything to do with all that dudes from upstate, we're gonna get rid of them because it's soft, or because the homies from upstate are doing this. Nah, you don't get criticized like that. You don't get judged like that. At least I didn't. And a lot of the homies that were there with me from the upstate, San Juan, they didn't get judged like that either. So it will be a big reach and grab to say that the homies in the pen look down on us, minimize us because they think we're kicking it with DOs. Yeah, some of them don't like us. We have spoke about that before, whether it's because the way we talk or the way we get down, our estilo, they have different estilo, but that doesn't mean that they don't like us because we think we're kicking it with DOs. It doesn't mean that, man. So I wanted to make this reaction, give an upstate opinion from an upstate homie point of view, and hopefully I was able to answer the subscriber and Conejo's comment question. If I didn't answer it, brother, I invite you to drop a comment on my video. Let me know. Ask me what you want to know. Tell me what you're willing to hear from my video, and I will make a video. If you want to come to my life and ask me a question, you're more than welcome. You guys already know I love to react with you guys, love to have a conversation going. So drop a comment. I forgot to say at the beginning, but like I said, man, if you guys like this type of content, if you like my video, please make sure you hit a like. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Make sure you view, like, and share the video so we can get it going. And leave a comment. I would love to know what you guys think, how you guys feel about me doing reaction videos. And go from there, man. Don't ever forget to be kind to one another. And like I always said, man, let's get it.